live from our studios on Kairaba Avenue. This is the QTV Nightly News with me, Jules Denjai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow will head the Gambian delegation attending the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, a global summit in Samoa from October 21st to 26, 2024. At the ongoing Inter-Parliamentary Union General Assembly in Geneva, Deputy Speaker C.D.S. Kinjai reaffirmed the Gambia's commitment to harnessing science, technology and innovation for a more peaceful and sustainable future. The Network of African National Human Rights Institutions is continuing its meeting here in Banjul, which started on Monday, and aims to strengthen the accountability, promotion and protecting of human rights in Africa. A regional government committee session to discuss the 2024 Hajj report was called off at the National Assembly on Tuesday due to the absence of the Ministry of Religious Affairs officials despite the presence of Hajj Commission members. In international news, today, the 15th of October, marks the International Day of Rural Women, dedicated to recognizing the vital contributions and challenges faced by women in rural areas. These and other stories coming ahead. Do stay tuned. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you are just tuning in, this is QTV News. Now, the Heads of Government meeting, which convenes every 2 years, will take place for the first time in Apia, Samoa, from October 21st to 26, 2024. Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow will head the Gambian delegation attending the global summit, which will address issues of governance, trade, security, development and pressing global challenges like climate change and economic inequalities. Lena Iguenyiba tells us more.
The Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM, is a biennial summit where leaders from the 56 member nations of the Commonwealth come together to discuss critical global and Commonwealth-specific issues. Originating from the British Empire and formally established as a cooperative body in 1949, the Commonwealth provides a platform for nations to tackle shared concerns, build consensus, and strengthen ties. The responsibility of hosting CHOGM rotates among member countries, allowing each to showcase its regional priorities and promote its interests on the world stage. This year, the Pacific island nation of Samoa will host CHOGM for the first time. The meeting is set to spotlight the unique challenges faced by small island developing states, SIDS, with a special emphasis on climate change and sustainable development. Following the discussions held during CHOGM 2022 in Rwanda, where leaders focused on post-pandemic recovery, economic transformation, and youth empowerment, CHOGM 2024 will center around key topics like global economic resilience, environmental challenges, security concerns, and boosting trade, innovation, and growth among Commonwealth nations. There will also be a strong focus on empowering the Commonwealth's 1.5 billion young people to create a more peaceful and sustainable future. In the lead-up to CHOGM, parliamentarians, youth and gender advocates, and business representatives will participate in specialized forums to ensure the voices of women, youth and civil society are heard, taking place on October 21st to 22nd. The official meetings and high-level discussions will follow from October 23rd to 26th, where discussions shaping global economic and environmental policies will be made. The Gambia, which rejoined the Commonwealth in February 2018 after a period of withdrawal, will be represented by Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow. President Adama Barrow previously attended CHOGM 2018 in London, following the country's return to the Commonwealth. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Iguenyiba.
Now, speaking at the ongoing 149th Interparliamentary Union General Assembly in Geneva on Tuesday, Deputy Speaker CDS Kenjai reaffirmed the Gambia's commitment to harnessing science, technology and innovation for a more peaceful and sustainable future. Aliou Cissé tells us more.
The head of the Gambia's delegation to the Interparliamentary Union highlighted the Gambia's notable achievements, including the completion of the 23 megawatts Jambur solar power plant in 2023 and the country's leadership in climate resilience, having met its national climate goal under the Paris Agreement. He also commended the government's efforts under President Barrow to advance social protection systems and increase access to electricity, with a target of 100% coverage by mid-2025.
The government of the Gambia, under the leadership of His Excellency President Adama Barrow, is committed to achieving universal access to electricity, aiming for 100% coverage by mid-2025. The 20-megawatt Jambur solar power plant completed in 2023 is a landmark achievement in expanding our renewable energy capacity and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. The Gambia Social Protection Single Registry, launched in 2021 with support from the World Bank, serve as a unified database identifying vulnerable households nationwide.
Re-echoing the concern of President Barrow, who doubles as the chairman of the OIC, Deputy Speaker Njai called for greater cooperation in leveraging technology to restore peace in conflict-hit regions, including the Middle East and Africa. He voiced concerns over ongoing violence in Palestine, urging the UN Security Council to take action and calling for reforms into the council structure to include permanent seats for both Africa and the Arab League.
The global community must do more to harness STI for peace in these regions plagued by violence, resource competition, and political instability. We cannot discuss the future of peace and sustainability without addressing the grave injustices in Palestine. The ongoing carnage against the Palestinian people is not just a political issue, but a profound human rights crisis. The ceaseless bombings, forced displacement, and destruction of homes and health facilities result in the deaths of thousands, including innocent women and children. We call on the United Nations Security Council to end the politicization of the global body and to act within the ethos and values of its founding fathers. We urge the international community to adopt a unified resolution recognizing Palestine as a sovereign state under the two-state solution, in accordance with the previous UN resolution. Furthermore, if we truly care about a more peaceful and sustainable future, the United Nations Security Council dispensation requires urgent restructuring to include Africa and Middle East Asia.
The theme of the meeting is harnessing science, technology and innovation for a peaceful and sustainable future. The theme aligns closely with SDG 16, which aims to promote peaceful and inclusive societies, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable institutions at all levels. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
Now, the Network of African National Human Rights Institutions, NANRI, is continuing its meeting here in Banjul, which started on Monday. As QTV's Lolly M. Kamara reports, the forum aims to strengthen collaboration among African parliamentarians to improve the accountability, promotion and protection of human rights in Africa.
The meeting, co-hosted by the Gambia's Human Rights Commission, brought together representatives from various African countries to discuss ways to enhance cooperation and address issues facing the continent. The sessions will explore the respective mandates and functions of these institutions, such as NANRI and the Pan-African Parliament, by establishing a foundation for understanding how they can be strategically aligned to enhance the implementation of SDG 16 and the governance goals of the AU's Agenda 2063 goal. Speaking to QTV, the chairperson of the Network of African National Human Rights Institutions, NANRI, Dr. Joseph Whitnall, emphasized that collaboration and cooperation among African countries is crucial for achieving sustainable development and promoting peace and security in Africa.
Agenda 11 of the 2063 agenda also allows the aspirations of the African continent in terms of the Africa we want to be made up of governance, human rights, and democracy. And so And as you are aware, Pan-African Parliament has a critical role to play through legislative roles, policy, among others.
The forum will also provide a platform for participants to share their experiences and best practice in promoting collaboration and teamwork within their respective countries. Halimatu Diba is the commissioner of the Gambia's National Human Rights Commission.
Platforms like this are a way to exchange ideas. You know that the geopolitics in the region, whether it's sub-region or beyond, might manifest in different ways, but we have similar problems in terms of security, development, governance. So these platforms are a way of exchanging ideas. So they're very good ways of building our capacity as a national human rights institution.
Honorable Jean-Marie Nibiranteji, chairperson of the Human Rights and Justice Committee of the Pan-African Parliament, while citing issues such as war and other destructions in many parts of Africa, shows appreciation to the participants and organizers for their commitment to working together towards a better Africa.
As you know, the Pan-African Parliament cannot work alone. We have to make collaboration with other institutions, national institutions of human rights, and other persons involved in human rights protection.
The forum is expected to produce a set of recommendations and action plans for promoting collaboration and unity in Africa. Through this partnership, both bodies will work together to address human rights issues and ensure that legislation and policies are in line with international human rights standards. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
The report there by Lolly M. Kamara will take us to a commercial break. When we return, we have more local and international news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Q Money and Orange Money has just made money transfer easier. Now you can send money from Gambia to Senegal directly from your Q Money wallet. So what are you waiting for? Get your Q Money account now and start sending money to your friends and families through Orange Money in Senegal now. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel-Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. The Bertel-Harding Highway is transforming transportation in the Gambia with new roundabouts and vehicular overpasses. But safety must come first. Standing along the road or at roundabouts to flag down taxis creates unsafe conditions and unnecessary traffic jams. Remember, always board taxis at designated taxi garages or the garas located at major traffic points. Drivers stopping in no stopping zones will be penalized. Let's keep our roads clear and safe. Together, we can ensure a safe and efficient journey for all.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. Now to the rest of our stories. A regional government committee session to discuss the 2024 Hajj report was called off on Tuesday due to the absence of the Ministry of Religious Affairs officials, despite the presence of Hajj Commission members. As Mam Nabuka reports, committee members expressed disappointment at the ministry's failure to attend.
And Religious Affairs Committee session was meant to discuss the general activities of the Hajj Commission, Hajj operations within the Gambia and Saudi Arabia for 2024, and the 2025 Hajj activity plan set by the Saudi Ministry of Hajj and Umrah. However, the ministry's failure to attend led to the cancellation and rescheduling of the meeting to another date after over an hour of debate, Disappointed members of the committee, including Esa Conte of Jimara and Alaji Babu Siso of Sabach Sanjal, suggested the committee reschedule the meeting, citing among other things the standing orders. Equally, Numo Sane, the Director General of GIA, a leading Hajj operator, said the presence of the ministry's officials is relevant for a productive outcome.
We cannot come as National Assembly members to sit here and they are not coming without no information. I think this is undone.
So to that effect, I believe we should adjourn until a better day wherein we will have all the officials that are responsible as far as this report is is concerned.
We discussed the report without the presence of the ministry. There are so many things that if we need to resolve, their input is required.
However, Musa Baji of Talinding explained why he thought the session should proceed.
Because this has to do with administrative work, and the commission, even in the act, the quorum for the commission is 4 members. Meaning, even at any sitting of the commission, even if that secretary is missing, the meeting, if there is quorum, it can still proceed.
Suleiman Jammeh, chair of the committee, said the ministry was written to on 10th of October 2024, but there has neither been any formal response from the ministry nor a reason for their absence. Chairman Jammeh said the committee is not out on a witch hunt.
So, but the ministry need to help us. Even if we happen to change the date for the consideration, they must be here. They must be here.
The meeting is now rescheduled to the 24th October when the ministry is expected to attend, as any further delay could affect the effective planning for the Hajj next year, which requires coordination between multiple agencies and stakeholders, nationally and internationally. Reporting for QTV News, I am Mam Nabuka.
And now the Gambia government, or the Gambia Organization for the Visually Impaired, GOVI and partners, commemorated Worldwide Cane Safety Day on Tuesday to highlight the importance of the cane as a tool of independence and to celebrate the achievements of people who are blind or visually impaired. Lamin Alaji Funding Dabo tells us more.
The commemoration of Worldwide Cane Day has been set aside by the UN General Assembly since 1981. To be observed on October 15th every year. The white cane plays a vital role in enhancing the quality of life for visually impaired individuals, promoting independence, safety, and social inclusion. Speaking at the commemoration in Brikama, West Coast Region, Mohamed Krubali, the chairman of the Gambia Federation for the Disabled, underscores the significance of the day.
My advice, first of all, goes to the drivers who commit accidents by hitting the blind or the visually impaired when we are exercising our liberty and our rights of movement from one destination to the other. So therefore, the drivers are advised to drive with caution, to pay attention to the white cane users, to pay attention to the visually impaired or the blind community who sometimes miss their way by virtue of inconvenience.
The aim of White Cane Safety Day is to educate the world about blindness and how the blind and visually impaired can live and work independently while giving back to their communities. Baba Galle Jallo is the Deputy Governor of West Coast Region.
Office of the Governor continues to work with stakeholders to make sure every citizen has his or her right of living. We continue to seek the support of all stakeholders to ensure we achieve our goals. To sustain the momentum and capital gain, it would require strengthening of local partners at the regional level, and I urge all partners to tighten their belts and ensure all are equal to the cake.
The GOVI members and partners held a march past to raise awareness of the condition and to inform motorists, cyclists, and pedestrians about the importance of the white cane. Ajisena Buhuma, the Director of Transport, represented the Minister of Transport, Ibrahim Silla.
The Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure is actively developing policies and regulations to improve the accessibility of our road network and to promote road safety for all road users. We recognize that creating this safe space that we're talking about for the white cane users definitely requires collaboration. And we are committed to working closely with Govi, who is a key stakeholder in this process, and other relevant authorities to designate crossing zones and make public transport more accessible for the visually impaired.
Several other speakers at the event, including Honorable Ismaila Jallo, the Vice Chairman of Brikama Area Council, Genova Sanyang, a representative of the Ministry of Gender, and Seni Kamara, the Deputy Executive Director of the Gambia Federation for the Disabled. The white cane is an essential tool for the visually impaired, whether at work, school, around their homes, or in the streets. For QTV News, I am Lamin Alaifandindabo.
Now, the PRO of the Gambia Fire and Rescue Service, who is also a divisional fire officer, spoke about the challenges they faced in safeguarding people and property through fire prevention, extinguishing fires, conducting rescues, and responding to emergencies. He was speaking to QTV's Lena Igwenyiba.
The Gambia Fire and Rescue Services, GFSRS, is responsible for saving lives, protecting property from fire damage, and delivering humanitarian services. However, GFSRS personnel often encounter attacks while responding to community needs. Divisional Fire Officer Pate Jiba noted that such incidents are frequent and pose significant obstacles to their operations.
The giveaway problem in this country. Let me put it like that, because when I say giveaway problem being a major challenge, giveaway will help us access the place that is affected and do the needful in time. Okay, lack of giveaway will cause delay, and unfortunately delay could lead to some severe consequences for the victims. And then that results to firefighters also being bullied, because the persons that are waiting for us there do not know what was happening to us previously on the road.
PRO Jiba also highlighted the penalties for individuals who attack or abuse firefighters during their operations.
They could face the full fledged of the law. It is a criminal behavior, and it is unacceptable to go around vandalizing government materials, even not government materials. Vandalism is a no-go place. Moreover, stoning firefighters, obstructing them and stopping them from carrying out their duties.
While water hydrants are available for quick access to water and help in controlling fires, Jiba emphasized that GFSRS still faces operational challenges. He urged the public to cooperate with fire officers to enhance their safety and effectiveness in carrying out their duties.
We have hydrants everywhere, but most of them are not compatible to our fittings. But efforts are being placed to make sure that we have the hydrants that are standardized with our fittings. So let's keep our emergency response organizations intact. Support them, even if you cannot donate them something, but just give them a thumbs up so that they know their presence in society is felt.
Despite these challenges, GFSRS is dedicated to enhancing its services to better safeguard the public and their properties. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Igwenyuba.
Coming up next is international news. Today, the 15th of October, marks the International Day for Rural Women, dedicated to recognizing the vital contributions and challenges faced by women in rural areas and their significant impact on socio-economic development. Momodo Gajaga has the details.
In the Gambia, women at 52% represent more than half of the population, with many in rural regions engaged in agricultural work. During the rainy season, they cultivate crops such as rice, groundnuts, and maize. Others focus on horticulture, growing various vegetables, while many participate in small-scale businesses like petty trading. This year's theme, Rural Women Sustaining Nature for Our Collective Future, underscores the essential role these women play in their communities and the nation as a whole. According to the United Nations, rural women make up about 22% of the global population, significantly contributing to the health and well-being of their communities. However, they face numerous challenges, including higher rates of poverty, both extreme and multidimensional, alongside limited access to education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. The African Union statement today says less than 15% of women are agricultural landowners, and they have limited access to training, productivity, enhancing inputs such as quality seeds, stocks, agrochemicals, and irrigation facilities, and markets, to mention a few. The statement goes on to say, the African Union Agenda 2063, the Africa we want, recognizes the significant contributions of women living in rural areas in achieving continental development goals. It acknowledges the need to tap this huge pool of economic producers to beneficiate the continent by emphasizing women empowerment as not just the right thing to do, but as the critical ingredient in the fight against extreme poverty, illiteracy, hunger, and malnutrition. End of statement. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Well, that is all we have time for, but before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow will head the Gambian delegation attending the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, a global summit in Samoa from October 21st to 26, 2024. At the ongoing Interparliamentary Union General Assembly in Geneva, Deputy Speaker C.D.S. Kinjai reaffirmed the Gambia's commitment to harnessing science, technology and innovation for a more peaceful and sustainable future. The Network of African National Human Rights Institutions, it's continuing its meeting in Banjul, which started on Monday, aims to strengthen accountability, promotion and protection of human rights in Africa. A regional government committee session to discuss the 2024 Hajj report was called off at the National Assembly on Tuesday due to the absence of the Ministry of Religious Affairs officials despite the presence of Hajj Commission members. That is all we have for you in this edition of the Bulletin. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for another Bulletin. Thank you for watching.